Yeah, I think there's a point where you say, all right, these freshmen, yeah, they may be their first year, but we've got, 3 or 4 good games, whatever it is. At what point you lose that freshman moniker? I mean, that goes away. You simply become college football players. They're making plays. It doesn't matter what year they are. Malcolm Brown is a freshman. Jackson Shipley's a freshman. David Ash. I mean, young players, they're making plays. And so at a certain point, that whole freshman idea has to go away because these are your studs. These are your stars.
We not only talk about that, but when you look at even just with the color, race or creed or anything like that, when it comes to an athlete and the way they think about judging each player, it comes down to who's performing at the end of the day. Yeah. Doesn't matter if you're tall, small, doesn't matter if your skin color. It's a matter of making plays for your teammates.
Now, when it comes to the athleticism, does this Texas team have more athleticism than the past, or is Brian Harsin just doing a better job of getting those athletes involved in different ways?
The offense, Harsin is exploiting and showing you the type of talent that he has. It's the skill set that the guys have that he's able to take advantage of and put those guys in the right position. And we look at it with the different packages that we're seeing.
Well, exactly. You don't have the prototypical quarterback in there right now. You don't have the you haven't really established, well, Malcolm has kind of started to establish himself as that downhill runner, but you've still got a lot of guys working in there. Fozzie, DJ Monroe. Everybody has a place. Everybody has some special package where they're going to touch the ball in a certain situation. And the creativity it takes to design all that stuff is something that Texas hasn't seen in a long time.
Well, Joey, what I really like about what you said is that everyone has their place. Yeah. And when you think of that, that allows guys to be successful. And then also, it's really hard to replace a guy when you know when he has his package and he's going in there, he's the man for that particular play.
And keeps guys in the game as well, knowing that they're waiting for that moment and they could be called anytime?
Well, as opposed to saying, I'm the second-string quarterback or I'm the third-string running back, you come into the game thinking, I'm going to get into the game for these certain plays. DJ Monroe, if he's in a Notre Dame offense or the old Michigan offense, the 3 yards in a cloud of dust, he's probably going to be sitting there saying, God, I'm probably not going to touch the ball today because there's 2 guys ahead of me.
But you're waiting for someone to get hurt in that type of system. Yeah. But here, regardless of the talent, you have an opportunity to be successful and play.
And with a guy like DJ Monroe, there was a lot of talk last season. The staff may have thrown too much at him. 2 years ago, very good on kick returns, and then they tried to get him kick returns out of the backfield as well. Wasn't really working out. So far, maybe they've whittled some of that down, and it has worked out for him. By the way, your comment, Texas not having a prototypical quarterback, that will probably blow up on Twitter because Texas fans going, wait a second, his last name is McCoy. That's as prototypical as it gets. Mack Brown, since 1999, 63-20 with his Texas Longhorns away from home, the best mark in the nation during that stretch. After the game, here he is with Samantha Steele.
Got Coach Brown with a very special guest. Actually, I've got 2 Macks with me right now. Coach, obviously a huge win. You were looking for a fast start, and you got it. What was the difference today?
I think confidence, playing in the same system for 3 weeks. Case made some good plays for us. Mack was here for his first win in the Rose Bowl, so that was good. But I thought the guys had a good time. They grew up a lot in the second half last week, and I think we got a chance to be a good football team.
Do you think you found yourself a quarterback now?
Case did really well. I was proud of him. He made the plays. We didn't turn the ball over with him. I thought David Ash came in and made his play, so I think we've got a good combination going.
What kind of confidence does this give you? You've got a bye week now, plenty of time to prepare. Is this exactly where you wanted to be?
It is. A lot of people didn't think we'd be 3-0. We didn't know. We've had a tough out-of-conference schedule, but being 3-0 with a week off and having to prepare for what will be an undefeated Iowa State team, we go in, will be really cool. Mack's trying to grab the mic already, maybe trying to get your job.
You know what? He can have it. I think you might do a better job.
Yes.
Coach, congratulations.
Well, thank you. And what we've got to do is go back to work. We can't take this as we're good yet. We've got to go back and improve in the kicking game. We had a couple of kickoff returns against us that were good. We didn't get our punt returns. We're not getting the kickoff returns, so we still got a lot we can work on.
All right, go enjoy this one and enjoy being Pops for a little while.
Thank you, Sam. I'll do that.
A lot of pride there on the face of Mack Brown for a lot of different reasons. His grandson in his hands, as he said, he gets to experience his first win in the Rose Bowl. This just in, new coach in waiting for the Texas Longhorns. His grandson. Mack Brown's grandson, 1-0 with him in his
It was too easy for Sam to give up her job like that. Just that easy. She's just going to hand it over.
Just going for that microphone, too. You know how those kids are. So it's a good omen for the Texas Longhorns. The future looking bright in many ways. Mac Brown leading the Texas Longhorns once again to a win. And they've got crazy legs at quarterback, Case McCoy. Why can you compare this performance to that of Colt? We'll explain.
Welcome to a place where great cities come together to create a world of their very own. A world of entertainment, a world of luxury. Welcome to WinStar World Resorts. 27 beautiful DAY Bring-inspired halls, 395 opulent rooms and suites in the WinStar World Hotel, quaint boutiques, delicious eateries, an RV park, and a 3,000-seat entertainment venue encapsulates all that is WinStar World Resorts. WinStar World Resorts, a whole new world of luxury.
Birthing little baby cows is dirty work. But with Watch ESPN, I can soak up a full slate of college football wherever I wind down. That's a big coyote.
Watch ESPN.com and the Watch ESPN app. The ESPN networks, live anywhere.
And then he'll get off his white horse and hand me a big diamond ring.
And he's going to propose in a gondola in a hot air balloon over Paris.
So I met this really great guy last night. I think he's going to do it on our trip to Turks and Caicos.
We're gonna monetize this thing. Bill, what are you doing?
Tell you the truth, Ken, I'm setting my fantasy lineup.
From your short-lived promotion.
You're sitting Arian Foster today?
Wait, what?
To the baby GM incident.
Elijah. Never mind. You're trading Arian Foster. I accept. Thank you.
Your fantasy team survived. It'll survive pretty much anything. With the ESPN Fantasy Football app, you can set your lineup and manage your team on the go. Download it for free on iPhone and Android.
We're going to work.
One more.
No holes for the rats to crawl in now.
Lift.
Everybody's working.
Chest up, work your hip.
We got enough football players in here to win every game.
Drive.
You can either be part of the problem or you can be part of the solution. We need solutions.
There we go.
And that's why you become a great football team.
That's how you do it, Luciano.
Texas All Access, Wednesdays at 8 on the Longhorn Network.
And what you're here to do is grow up.
Longhorn Extra is the place to get your daily dose of Texas sports.
You want your team to have a killer instinct, so when you got somebody down, finish it.
With the latest scores, highlights, and analysis, plus first-hand interviews with UT coaches and players.
In the first half, the defense played their guts out.
Breaking news, we got it. Injury updates, we got it. Players to watch, we got it. Longhorn Extra, weekdays at 10 p.m. exclusively on Longhorn Network.
Welcome back to Texas Game Day Final. Join us on Texas Football Overdrive Tuesday, 8 Central Time. We take the 3+ hours of Texas UCLA, condense it, and enhance it to see how the game was won by the Longhorns, now 3-0 on the season. And when you take a look at that footage, keep close attention to Case McCoy and what he does in his second pass as a starter for the Texas Longhorns. 3rd and 10. Rolling to his right, throwing across his body to DJ Grant. You want to make the comparisons to his brother, the great Colt McCoy? We could do that because on Colt McCoy's second career attempt as a Texas Longhorn quarterback, it is also the same result. That's right. Pass number 2 for Colt McCoy. Redshirt freshman season against North Texas. 50+ yards to Limas Swede. Is that the end of the comparisons, or are we just going to start comparing, making those until the end of the day?
We shouldn't start so quick.
At the end of the day, I mean, this is going to end up being the end of his career. I mean, let's be honest. Trying to live up to Big Brother is going to be tough shoes to fill.
And this is what they both did in their debuts as starters against North Texas. Colt McCoy going 12 of 19, 7 incompletions, compared to only 3 for Case McCoy. Colt gets him in the yardage and the touchdown, still no interceptions for either of those quarterbacks, and most importantly, above everything else, a win. Quarterback situation, not a controversy, situation, one of the biggest storylines for the Longhorns coming into this game. Case McCoy got the start. We heard from Samantha Steele that Brian Harsin, the offensive coordinator, said it would be a limited playbook for both McCoy and David Ash coming into this game. Did it seem like Texas was limited on offense with those young quarterbacks?
Not really, because they developed a package for everybody. They in times where you would rely on your quarterback to maybe throw the ball down the field a little bit more, they got guys like Fozzie Whitaker, DJ Monroe, obviously Malcolm Brown, but Jackson Shipley, they just had such a different feel to the game. Everybody had a different role. They spiced things up. He did a great job of using the weapons that he had as opposed to relying on your quarterback to get it into their hands. He designed plays for them.
Well, if you're a fan and you're not really familiar with Brian Harsin and the type of offense that he runs, you would almost be confused and wondering why is there so many different players touching the ball? I mean, you look at it, even Fozzie Whitaker received a direct snap and then turned it into a touchdown. You also have Shipley, who also threw a pass, and it's just plays like that where you see so many different of the young players handling the ball when you would think it would just be the quarterback.
Is this the end of the quarterback controversy? Is Case McCoy now the starting quarterback for the foreseeable future for the Texas Longhorns?
I would say yes. I would say stay with what he has done in Case McCoy and give him another opportunity to see if he can repeat that.
I'm going to say no. Simply because you just don't know. I mean, 2 weeks ago we said Garrett Gilbert doesn't have a leash. You know, two weeks ago we said that's his job. He won it coming out of camp. No matter how many mistakes he makes, it's his. He throws 2 interceptions in the first half against BYU, and all of a sudden he's on the bench. I think that Case McCoy is going to take this team and run with it.
Case throws 2 interceptions, he's not going to be pulled.
I agree with that. I agree with that. But I'm not willing to say that the discussion, not controversy, the quarterback discussion is over, because I think this one's going to take a long time to play out, especially since you have 2 very young guys in Case McCoy and David Ash.
Well, let's go back to the youth, because we just had the conversation about Texas going into the half, what you had to do mentally with young guys that had a very good half. Case is going to come back. He's going to see all the comparisons to his big brother, Colt McCoy. What is critical and key now for Case McCoy to keep in mind and for the coaching staff to work with him on as he progresses with these monumental expectations and comparisons?
Well, you referred to him a couple of times. I've heard Crazy Legs and a couple of other names for Case McCoy. But it really goes back to the basics and the fundamentals of practice. And when we look at the fact that he was able to elude so many different defenders, it wasn't so much about the fact of being the Crazy Legs. That's not how I feel. I think it goes back to him paying attention to the fundamentals of doing the proper techniques at the beginning of practice that makes you a better player, not so much of the things that we see on game day.
And that's something that Case McCoy is not known as. If you probably put all the quarterbacks up there, put them in practice, who has the best fundamentals, who looks the best just dropping out, Case McCoy may be third in that list. But we talked about it. Something just happens when he gets into a game. How can you describe the phenomenon that is certain quarterbacks that just get it? Where does that come from?
The comparison I think of is that just Manny being Manny. The old, the Red Sox, just a little bit different. That's just Case being Case. He has to just continue to be himself. He can't worry about the comparison to his older brother. He can't worry about all the expectations of trying to be the next great Texas quarterback. He has to go out and be himself. Those are the things that are going to keep him from putting too much pressure on himself and getting unrealistic expectations. He's doing a great job because he's having fun playing football, and that's where he needs to continue to do.
And this is where it's going to get tricky, because the comparisons to Big Brother, like right now, an Acho brother is dealing with the same thing. I've been told we have sound from Sam Acho. He graduated last season. I'm going to guess it's Emmanuel. Let's see if Samantha Steele has the right Acho brother.